Hello everyone on YouTube. I started thinking about something that you never heard of. The thing I started thinking today, Jehovah's Witnesses is telling everybody that, as Jehovah's Witnesses is trying to disgrace their teachings, turn their backs on the true God, Jehovah. They left the table of Jehovah to eat and dine with Satan the devil and his demons. Okay, let's say stupid thing that this could be right. Could. I didn't say definitely. Jehovah's Witnesses could take as Jehovah's Witnesses to court for slander, false lies, no proof of the slanders that as Jehovah's Witnesses claim against the Jehovah's Witnesses. How come they don't take them to court? Well, I'm going to tell you the reason why. It's because they'll lose. Because as Jehovah's Witnesses, one, it's kind of windy out here, and you hear guns on the background. We got a shooting range. Okay, let's go back. If Jehovah's Witnesses wanted to take as Jehovah's Witnesses to court, and like I said, they would lose. The reason why, because there is no literature as Jehovah's Witnesses needs to make up to turn Jehovah's Witnesses from the true religion. One, Jehovah's Witnesses has their own literature that's published by the Watchtower Bible Tract Society and their own Bible. Okay, if they choose or don't choose to look at what they would call apostate literature, they wouldn't do it. Now here's the problem that I came across. What happens if the apostate literature is actually written by the governing body? You open up the books, tell you how many copies was made, who published the books, and what was in the books that so-called apostates found that made them left the table of Jehovah to dine and wine, what they called the table of Satan. It was their own literature. The reason I know this, because I found all this information for myself. A PDF books that was written from the governing body. What I did, I got into an area, I found the books that Charles T. Russell wrote. I found areas where Judge Rutherford wrote. I found books from there after he died in 1942, from 1942 when Nathan Noor became the president, from all the way up to 2013. I found all the books with all, I hate to say, with all the lies that Jehovah's Witnesses found, and I read for them for myself. Because the Bible said, check the teaching to make sure it's right. So I want to make sure Jehovah's Witnesses was right. So what I did, I checked the sources and found out the sources was from the Watchtower literature. So what does that make me realize? That Jehovah's Witnesses, the ones who was called apostate, wasn't lying. They honestly told the truth. And I have a few videos to show about Charles T. Russell, Judge Rutherford, about 1925, 1975, all these false dates. So the Jehovah's Witnesses, the governing body, cannot afford to take no one to court for slander, false prophesying, or anything, because they would lose, because they're fighting against themselves. You can't go to court to disapprove of a book that you wrote and you hand it out to millions of people. Some people has the original copies. You even get some places where they sell books on the internet. You can find the original copies. You can buy the original copies. I think one of them is Amazon. You can find Jehovah's Witnesses old literature, old books. And the reason they're making money off of these books is because these books used to be probably about 10 or 20 cents a piece. Now it costs you way more than that. The reason why? Because Amazon knows that people wants to get hold of these books so they can buy them to show their loved ones and people that these books was written by Jehovah's Witnesses. And the information in these books is written by the governing body of Jehovah's Witnesses. So if Jehovah's Witnesses, the governing body, never wrote these books in the first place, two things couldn't happen. One, as Jehovah's Witnesses couldn't use their own literature against them. Two, all the Jehovah's Witnesses would still be in the truth. If they didn't prophesy the world was going to end in 1975, 1925, 1918, 1915, 1914, 1910, and it went back in the 1800s. I mean, but they have the nerve to call us apostates and eating at the table of Satan when they're the ones who wrote the literature. So the question is, if everything I am lying to you is a lie, how can the gun body just go on YouTube, pick up the ones they can't see the faces, and take them to court, some small claims court, to have them, hey, back up. Show me that we are preaching the wrong truth. Show me that we are lying to people. They won't. Because they know as Jehovah's Witnesses has the truth. The reason they cause us apostates to turn people against us because they don't want the members in the religion to find out the truth that they've been lying to everybody. This is not a religion. It's a cult. You can get in, and there's only two ways to get out. Walk out and lose your family that's been in there for a while, or you stay in there till you die, or till you really die. Losing your family and your friends and all that is really bad for any Jehovah Witness. I met people on there have lost 2 generations, cousins, brothers and sisters, grandparents. They walk out and they lost those people because those people was told, this person is apostate, do not talk to them, otherwise you'll be disfellowship. Jehovah's Witnesses government body will not challenge ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. They'll go on their YouTubes, lies, try to make the people who come in to listen to the real truth about the Jehovah's Witnesses and throw in their, lies. Don't listen to them. They'll apostate. They don't know what they're talking about. There was no predictions or nothing. I've seen some of these comments Jehovah's Witnesses put out. Because one, they're too scared to find the truth that they've been lied to. They believe that men up in Brooklyn, New York, and believe they are Jesus. They believe they are Jehovah God. They think if they don't listen to these men and obey these men, that God is going to destroy them. The only reason God would destroy them is because they're not challenging the governing body by not going back and checking their past teachings. Some witnesses don't even care about the past books. They're not important anymore. Excuse me, what was written 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 40 years ago is supposed to be the truth. The day one when it was thought of, and day one when it was printed in the books. Everything is supposed to be the truth in all these books. And if Jehovah's Witnesses found this information in the books, then something is wrong. I mean, we've been lied to. The truth don't change and get brighter and brighter. What was 50 years ago is the truth. It's the same truth today. What was the truth 60 years ago is the same truth as today. Now, if someone tells you different, that would be the governing body. They don't want you to check Charles T. Russell's teachings. They don't want you to check Judge Ruckford's teachings. They don't want you to look at the articles that Nathan Noor and Fred Franz wrote about 1975. They don't want you to know all this. Because if you do, you'll be just like the ones in the past. You will give and walk away and hope and pray that you can get your family out. So ask the elders, ask the circuit overseer, if Jehovah's Witnesses is wrong, how come you don't take him to court? You win. Man, you can make money off of us as Jehovah's Witnesses if we have no Nothing to stand on. No proof what we know. So this should give someone something to think about. They will not ever take EXJehovah Witness to court when the evidence he will bring to court is their own literature that the governing body has written those years when those books was printed. I hope this get people to wake up and realize we've been lied to. We've been deceived, misled by these men. They're taking our money, took a bunch of our properties. They're nothing but crooks, con artists, and liars, and false prophets on top of that. Thank you, and have a nice day.